So many of you have been asking how am I getting on with one length irons. So here's my update. Now, when I started with these one length irons, it's the first thing I've actually changed in my whole set in absolutely years. I've always used variable length. Now I'm onto one length. How am I getting on? I first said I thought it would be hard to use the long short irons, but let's see. I'm going to hit a 5 iron, 7 iron and a 9 iron, and let's show you how I'm getting on. Firstly, the 5 iron. Now, a lot of people think because it's shorter, it makes it a little bit harder to get the ball in the air, but the technology in the head and what we've actually got here, it doesn't. It makes it a little bit easier. Now for me, what I've got here is, I actually love this 5 iron being a little bit shorter. I feel like it makes it a lot easier. So for me, going through a long days of actually teaching and filming and then having to play an event, it feels a lot easier to hit these troubled clubs in the longer irons. So let's hit the 5 iron now. And it makes centre strikes so much easier. Now, I just find them a lot easier to hit. Shorter shaft length, feel like it's easier to control, but then I still get the same distance I had with my variable length 5 iron. It's a no-brainer. Let's walk to 7 iron distance and let's hit the 7 iron. On to 7 iron. Now, this is the same length as my previous 7 iron, but what do I like the look of? So, my forged irons, I like the bottom edge has got a nice white line. So in terms of trying to get this a line up to a target, I can see quite clearly if my face is closed, open or square. Let's hit this now. And actually, during the fitting, I actually gained about 5 yards of the 7 iron compared to my previous one. Let's finally get onto the 9 iron, the big question, because that's the where I felt like I would struggle to start with. Let's now walk to that 9 iron length. Now, this was the bit where I thought it'd be a little bit harder to control. Let's talk why. When I first had this fitting and I was speaking with Sean, and I was saying that I think I'd find it a little bit harder to get used to long short irons. But truth of the matter is, now I've done some practice, now I've used them on the golf course, they're really good. Now, again, the hard thing is I've got to remind myself that I've got to set up to it with the same ball position as I would with the 7 iron, and that takes a little bit of reminding, but once I get used to that, and once I have now got used to it, the performance is actually better than what I had previously with my variable length set. And I haven't lost yards, I haven't gained yards, so they perform exactly the same with these shorter irons than I did. And for me, that's all I wanted to do. I wanted my clubs to perform the same as my old ones, but maybe a little bit easier to hit to the longer irons. And if I tick that box, I know I'm going to be in a good place out on the golf course. So, on with a 9 iron. Let's see if we can hit this one close. Really nice shot. And actually, it makes it a little bit simpler. I've just got to hit the same setup every single time. So let's see where these balls finished up. 9 iron was closest, 5 iron back right, and 7 iron over to the left. So you can see there, the performance of these irons are really good. I'm not just saying it, I'm managing to hit more greens, which is exactly what I need to be able to do to be able to perform. Like I said, I'm not doing as much practice as I previously was, but because my long irons are shorter, I find it a lot easier to create good centered strikes. Now, you've seen my evidence. A lot of you have been asking how am I getting on. I've played a few rounds now and I'm absolutely really loving them. This is a highly requested video by you all. You wanted to hear how I was getting on with my one length irons. If you want to hear more of my reviews about how I'm getting on with my golf clubs out on the golf course, comment down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time on Alex Elliott Golf.